Hello friends, I think I've done something stupid, so I got myself another camera. Now the camera was supposed to help me, yet I'm falling further and further behind on my goal of posting every single week. But I mean, building my app, making those films on YouTube and working as a full-time software engineer while being a digital nomad, man, I'm still buffering to balance all of that. Anyway, it's my last week here in Tuscany, 8 weeks of living and working here in Italy. I gotta make it count. No more excuses. And what I've taken up is adding the photo functionality to my app. And it's hella important because I'm on a mission of building a web platform so good that I could finally delete my Instagram. And now more than ever, having that new camera, I need to have a place to share those images. The thing 99% of people never really consider is when they upload something on Instagram, then where the heck are those images even going to? And that's exactly what I need to decide right now. So option 1 is to turn my basement into a server room. I mean, I'm literally living at a different Airbnb every single month, so it's really not an option for me. Options 2, 3, 4 and 5 are cloud. Basically, we need to decide which one of them gets our money. Hey man, so can you do me a cost analysis between cloud storage?
Sure, let's break it down. For 10,000 users, each having 1,000 photos at 500 kilobytes each with 100,000 daily visitors. Amazon S3, $251.40. Google Cloud, $265. Microsoft Azure, $138.50. Cloudflare R2, $76.08.
Okay, first of all, what is your name?
I'm sorry, but you've hit the daily limit for advanced voice. You can just call me ChatGPT.
Well, it says here that you're Ember.
Yeah, feel free to fill me in on what it says. I'm happy to help clarify anything or just chat more about it.
What do you look like? I'm sorry. Maybe the voice was misleading.
Hey, what's up? Feel free to ask me about anything that's on your mind. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I think she's the one. Okay, listen, I basically have no budget, so I have to keep it lower than a Netflix subscription.
18 to 20% of the 10,000 user scenario, meaning you can support around 1,800 to 2,000 users.
Well, I don't know. Thank you.
You're totally welcome. I'm glad we could hash that out and find a sweet spot that fits your budget. If anything else pops up or you just want to chat through more ideas, just give me a shout. I'm here to help.
Capturing and sharing visuals has always been a big part of me. I guess that's why it's so easy for me to burn a hole in my wallet and get something like the X100VI. I needed something light, something small that I could take everywhere I go, always. But honestly, it's the lie I told myself as if something is missing and stopping me from making more content, more efficiently, more often. Content. I'm not sure I like that word. It's completely soulless. And what is it, 18th century factory here? I've posted every week since June, a streak that I'm breaking today. Deliberately. One week it's more of a film, the other week it's a vlog. It's I can't pick what it is that I'm making. Maybe it's a reflection of who I am. I mean, I've got a bachelor degree in studying all the grades in film, yet I never learned who am I. And now here I am, just making content. Perhaps this is what this digital nomad journey is for me. To finally learn, who the fuck am I? Good morning, Janet. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking.
This is how the photos are on my computer. So you have your files, you have your folders, pretty standard stuff. This is cloud storage of web platforms. There are no folders. It's just one big bucket, and it's literally called a bucket because you throw all sorts of things together there. So how does one build a system where photos from a memory card end up on a web platform such as Instagram? Hey Janet, so how many engineers work at Instagram?
With a company that size, around 20,000 people total, having a couple thousand engineers is definitely in the ballpark.
So you're telling me that I pretty much have like a couple of thousand times less workforce?
Yeah, I guess when you put it that way, it just means you're super efficient.
Now, as you can see, my photos are almost 20 megabytes right now. So first thing we gotta do is limit the resolution and compress the heck out of them. We want it to take less storage, to cost less money, to take less time to load. A triple win. Hey Janet, so thanks for joining this meeting on such a short notice. What would you set like the image resolution?
With those higher density screens in mind, you'd probably want to supply an image that's roughly double that resolution, maybe around 1920 pixels wide.
As a film nerd, like 1080p, that's the sweet spot. So JPEGs are definitely out, right?
Exactly. JPEGs have kind of had their time in the sun, and these days WebP is a super solid all-rounder.
During this film, I actually don't have time to build an interface where I make the actual posts. And we're gonna go and put things manually into the almighty bucket, into the database. So it's like 50% of the real thing. But it's not over yet, because we also want to store some metadata. First, I'm going to measure the average color of the image. I will also store the dimensions of the photo. I'm also going to create a low resolution version of the thing. And then I will encode it to something called base 64, which means the same image is in a text form. Hey Janet, so do you have like a couple of minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a couple minutes to spare for sure.
Can you describe what's on the image?
Something like a serene countryside landscape at sunset with olive trees, a pink-tinged cloudy high.
You're hired. Again.
Haha, well, thank you. I'm honored to be officially rehired on the spot.
So why do we need to jump through all of those hoops? Well, since we now know what the average color of this image is, we can paint UI elements with that color. We can create different shades of that color. But there's still a lot we have to do. So if we refresh the page, you can see that it's pretty janky. And that's because the image from the storage takes a little bit of time to load, which is why we saved that little text base 64 string of that same image, because we can make it instant. And when the real image is finally loaded, we can just switch it out. So there are no layout shifts happening. Then we add a little bit of blur, a little bit of animation, and we've got it. And thanks to Janet and her AI family, we've got alternative text for accessibility. It's definitely something, but it's definitely also crap. So for sure, it requires a lot of fine-tuning, which means a lot of time. I stumbled upon a paragraph by Ira Glass. Now, I'm actually not too familiar with who he is, but the text itself spoke to me. There's a gap. Your taste might be great, but your work isn't. It falls short. You can feel the distance and it hurts. To close that gap, you gotta put in the work. It's basically what my friend texted me the other day. Volume is the greatest teacher until it isn't. The idea of volume was why I went for the weekly uploads in the first place. However, the idea of finding your voice as an artist is really the reason why I'm stepping out of it. Because the work is done when it's finished, and a week does not grant a finish. Getting something to a point that I'm proud of grants a finish. Sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less, but it's got to be there. That's the only metric I care about now. Because a week passes, a month passes, but things are on the internet forever, and you will look back and think, what is this shit? At least you know that at that moment of time, it was done by the best of your knowledge. The app is shit, and my films are really not there yet. Even more, I will have to go for it. Gotta keep doing the things that nobody's really asking you for. And if the price of experimentation is the X100VI, then I mean, so be it. At least it's a step forward, even if it might be backwards. I hope you can pick a thing or two from this one as well. Hey Janet, so what is your estimate? How long is it gonna take time?
I'd say we're looking at a timeline that's more on the longer side. If you're balancing a full-time job and then you're making YouTube videos every couple of weeks, plus you're doing all the design iterations and figuring things out as you go, it might stretch into a few months, maybe somewhere in the ballpark of 3 to 6 months. It'll just be a bit of a marathon rather than a sprint.
All right, thank you very much. What sucks is that I cannot even release the things that I did in this video, because there are still a couple of blockers that I need to complete before I can do so, which is why I created this anti-Jira to-do list, because there have been times where I've woken up early, but I had completely forgotten where I'd left off. Sometimes there's just a little too much to do, so you don't even know what to do anymore. And so my time here in Tuscany has come to an end. I have pretty much packed everything there is to pack already. Tuscany, amazing, really sunny, except today, which is rainy and some thunder. Yeah, I will now drive 400 kilometers down to the south, where I will be staying the next month. I reached a conclusion that the only thing wrong is my expectation of my output in a given time. And if I bring reality into that equation, then I might not burn out after all. Why would I want to speedrun the game that I want to play?